2010, when the new constitution was promulgated, one of the most exciting provisions in the constitution, Mr. Speaker, was Article number 10 that provided for national values. And in Article number 10, Mr. Speaker, is specifically 10(2)(b) that speaks to the values of human dignity, Mr. Speaker, equity, social justice, Mr. Speaker, inclusivity, equality, non-discrimination, and protection of the marginalized. That is the Constitution of Kenya. It is that letter, accompanied with the spirit, Mr. Speaker, that we wanted a new constitution that will see the whole country moving together at almost the same pace, so that nobody's left behind, nobody's marginalized, nobody feels discriminated, nobody feels dehumanized, Mr. Speaker. It is sad that 8 years later, that when I sat in this house, and I think Professor, former Minister for Interior Security, Kindiki, spoke very emotionally on this motion. I remember very well when I was seated there. And we succeeded. This was a matter that we debated in this house 2015. We succeeded, and the national government agreed that this process takes place. Nothing that we can call closure has taken place at this time. I would like, Mr. Speaker, to appeal to this House. We all support this so that the discrimination, the marginalization visited on the counties of Lamu, Isiolo, Tana River, and Tharaka Nithi and Nyandarua should be something of the past. Mr. Speaker, the case of Tharaka Nithi is really a sorry state. These were people who were living very well under the defunct local authority of Meru, and when they saw the new constitution, they thought they had been living under the Holy Spirit, under John the Baptist, and now the Holy Spirit had arrived. Now the Holy Spirit has arrived in the rest of the country, but in Tharaka Nithi, they would not be blamed if they have changed course from Christianity to something else. Mr. Speaker, it's a pity that if you go to a place like Tana River, I think the governor operates from some house. I don't know whether it is Mungatana. I don't know whether it's Senator Mungatana's house or whose house it is. It cannot be right. Mr. Speaker, my third contribution to this is, what was the vision? The vision is not what is going on now. If you go to a place like Mandera, where the chairman of this committee was governor for 10 years, because he was proactive and visionary, he's built a very good county headquarters. Mr. Speaker, if you go to other counties, like Kakamega, they have built something that looks like a county headquarters, not a county headquarters. The original spirit was, Mr. Speaker, that we standardize what a model county headquarters would be, a model county assembly would be, a model of governor's residence would be, and so on and so forth. But now, because we didn't do that, we've opened the floodgates for some unscrupulous governors to sink millions of shillings, in fact hundreds of millions of shillings, into structures that were not too clear whether they would have met the original specification of what we wanted for county headquarters. I remember, Mr. Speaker, at the time we were in this house, after we promulgated the new constitution, architectural designs of the county headquarters for the executive were tabled on this floor, for the speakers of county assembly, and so on. We've lost it there, and because we can't keep on bemoaning, let's go ahead and allow these counties to conclude their projects. Mr. Speaker, if we have failed on this intergovernmental initiative, the first big one was this one, that has taken a whooping 8 to 9 years, then I am very worried about the 500 million that we have committed for the county aggregation industrial parks. If we are not too careful, again, 10 years from now, we will be bemoaning in this house that we started a project which has become a white elephant. Mr. Speaker, I want to conclude by speaking to the case of Kakamega County. Kakamega County is not only the third most populous county in Kenya, but it is also, Mr. Speaker, the second largest county in Kenya. Mr. Speaker, it's a pity that 12 years after devolution, there is no county assembly in Kakamega. I had an opportunity of taking my colleagues to Kakamega, led by Chairman Ali Roba. And Ali Roba, knowing the good work he did in Mandera, he was ashamed to walk in the county headquarters of Kakamega. I call upon the current governor of Kakamega to pull up his socks, the current speaker of Kakamega, Mr. Namathi, to pull up his socks so that a new modern county assembly is constructed in Kakamega. And what is more, I want to urge the governor of Kakamega to desist from the temptation of the corruption that goes around renting county offices. Mr. Speaker, the county government of Kakamega pays rent in excess of 71 million shillings just for renting offices. And yet already at Mudiri, the former Mudiri estate in Kakamega, people have been evacuated. The governor said that his first project would be construction of the county headquarters. It is now 2 years. We're starting to wonder whether the governor will actually exit in 2027 when he has constructed or not. I want to urge him, this should be a priority so that the people of Kakamega do not keep on losing millions of shillings in paying for rent to offices of private people who have no interest in devolution, who are sitting there hoping that the governor fails in construction so that they continue collecting money. Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, the matter is so crucial to the people of Kakamega that when the Gen Z came out into the streets of Kakamega, they went straight to those private offices. They didn't want to have them there and stoned them flat and banned county vehicles that were parked outside those rented premises. The youth were saying, Madam Speaker, that money is being wasted, the headquarters should be constructed. With those many remarks, Madam Speaker, I want to end my contribution by paying my condolences to the family of Caroline Shiramba, who was shot during the Gen Z demonstrations in Kakamega. And Madam Speaker, it is pathetic that the officer who shot Shiramba in broad daylight was an officer attached to the governor of Kakamega. We know his identity, we know his face, we know his name. We want to urge the governor to surrender this security officer to the nearest police station so that the people of Ekolomani who buried Shiramba over the weekend can see an element